You know, a lot of Will.
I was following you.
Oh.
Because when I started, I was like, yes, sister. I love Hello Cupid. I love Black Sexy TV just in general. Yeah. They have a lot of good shows.
They do. A lot of like will, you know. I mean, I think and resilience. You know, I think for me, you know, when we collaborated, me, Lena, Black and Sexy TV, when we collaborated, it was, you know, there was such a void of what we were trying to create at the time of the business, and now it's not so much the case. But it came from a place of wanting to create work that we felt like wasn't being presented to us, so we had to do it ourselves. And I just feel really blessed that I've been able to continue to propel my career and continue to move forward. I feel like, you know, as an actor, you have to look over your career, and for me, I see definite progression and a lot of growth and a lot of change in the right direction. And I'm really proud of that. But, you know, for me, you know, people ask me that all the time, and it's like, just stick to it. Make good content, believe in yourself, continue to work hard at your craft. You know, I continued to do that. You might not have seen what I was doing, but behind the scenes, I was creating content. I was still working on my craft. I was still collaborating with other creatives. I was doing all of these things behind the scenes, and now you see me on like a TV show every day, but it wasn't always like that, but I was still doing the work in between.
So have you stepped into producing?
I have. Like I was producing on Hello Cupid, and for me, I'm creating a ton of content that I'm working on, collaborating with people on. Like producing, I think it's the new way, especially as an actor. You have to produce content, and for me, like I'm so much more than an actor. I like to consider myself a multi-hyphenate. So I act, I sing, I dance, I produce, I want to direct.
Oh, I didn't know you sang.
Yeah, I went to school for musical theater, so like I've been literally doing this forever. But yeah, like producing is fun because you get to create. You know, as an actor, we come in kind of in the process is pretty much done.
Yeah. And
we help take it to the finish line. But with producing, you get to start from the beginning, from the ground up, and that's the fun part. So I love doing that.
And so, what most people don't know you. I've been looking up and researching, but what do you want people to know about you? What is something that most people would not know about you unless they know you personally?
Okay, I'm much more of like a homebody than people think I am. I think people think I'm very social, but like my idea of like a fun night is like having a cocktail in the house with like my closest girlfriends and like watching an old movie or something. Like that's what I like to do. I think people think that I like to be like out here, out on the scene, and I'm really not that way. I mean, I love to have a good time, but I would much rather be like in the comfort of my home and like something comfy and just like enjoying my friends. I love documentaries. That's something like a lot of people don't really know about. I'm like I watch like probably 3 to 4 documentaries a week.
Who is Ashley Blaine Featherson?
She is a really good friend. She's a really good daughter. She's someone who loves to like help people and collaborate and be creative. She's someone who, you know, I feel like my purpose here is to build a legacy. I really want to leave something behind. I want to leave something of substance behind that will affect other generations, and you know, hopefully instill things in my family, you know, and the generations to come in my family that lasts a long time. I think that's the beauty of being able to be a part of art. You know, art lasts forever. There's no way to really erase it, and that's really beautiful. And I hope to just continue to be a part of things and to collaborate with people who are like-minded in that way. Yeah.
What would you say to people that starting off at YouTube just like you did? What can you tell them to get to the level you're at, and just even going past that level?
Okay, I would say like stick with it and be really intentional. You know, I was intentional, and nothing I did was really by happenstance. I think that's kind of where like the planner in me comes in and can be kind of helpful. You of course need to leave room for whatever happens, you know, the miracles to happen or like the beautiful blessings to come in and here and there. But I do think you need some sort of an outline. You have to know where you're headed, why you're headed there, and what you're going to do once you get there. And I feel like I really had that. You know, even when I was doing Hello Cupid, I saw myself doing what I'm doing now. You know, it wasn't a surprise for me. I mean, it was exciting, but I knew this where I was heading. Because I was built, you know, adding the blocks in order to get there, in order to have that finished product. And it's still not finished, but you know, they're stepping stones, and I think that's really important. And to be grateful for the stepping stones. But I would say like stick with it, be really intentional with your plan, and realize that you can't do everything on your own. You have to collaborate with people. You have to, I think we're kind of in a weird time when like people think they can do everything on their own. They want to be the jack of all trades, but the truth is like you're not going to be good at everything. You're just not, and there's going to be someone else that's a lot better at what you're trying to do. So why not collaborate with them and bring them in and help make it even better than it currently is. And I feel like, and also, you know, make sure that particularly if you're an artist, that like what you're doing is your purpose and not just your passion. Like make sure that you are really connected to it and that you have to do it to survive. Because if it's just something that you're like passionate about and think it's really cool, you'll burn out. There's no way you can last, you know?
Yeah, true. That is definitely
true. It's impossible in this business particularly. Like, it's too difficult. It's way too difficult to just like kind of go about it willy-nilly. And I think, you know, the misconceptions that we see a lot of people who it seems like they're just doing it willy-nilly and they seem successful, but it doesn't last.
Yeah, social media would have
it doesn't last. You know, those people, a couple of years, you won't know who they are. You know?
How does it feel for people to notice you and recognize you on the streets now?
It's weird. It's definitely weird. But you know what's funny? People are doing that even with Hello Cupid. Like
really?
I remember one time I was at the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and like a couple of people I've never been there before like recognize me there. So you never know. It's definitely more now. But I have to tell you, people are so kind. Like people are so nice, and they just want to talk about the show and talk about, I don't know, something I said on Twitter that day or a picture I posted on Instagram. Like, so our supporters and my supporters are so kind. And I'm, like I said, I'm social, so I love talking to people. Like, I'm never the person that you're gonna come up to and be like, she didn't really want to talk to me. Like, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to everybody. I want to know what you think. I want to know if you like the show. I want to know if you don't like the show. Like, I'm into all that. Yeah, I would
so
totally
when
go
people
with
first
that.
started asking you like for pictures, was it like kind of humble, like, oh my gosh, they want my picture?
Yeah, it is. At first, you're kind of like, who are they talking to? It's definitely a little bit of that. Like, wait, they want, you know, because for me, like, that's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing this because I want people to take pictures of me. I want to do it because I love what I'm doing, but also what I realize is that the reason a lot of times people want to take pictures with you is because they honor the work that you're doing so much. And it isn't for the superficial reason of just like taking pictures, because like, it's just like for me, when I meet people that really inspire me or work that I really love, I want to be around them and I want to get their energy because I admire their work. I respect their work. And so I'm really grateful that people just even, I'm someone that people even want to take pictures with, or that they look to my work in a way that they really think it's dope and they respect it and they honor the work that I'm putting in. I'm really grateful for it. But it is a little bit like,
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I ever get used to it, but.
Oh really? You don't think so?
I mean, I think that you'll get used to it, I guess maybe, but it's still like, I guess my point is that I'll always be grateful. There might be a point in which I'll get used to it, like I'll know that someone might want to take a picture or recognize me somewhere. But I can tell you now, like I definitely don't lead with that. Like it's my friends that say it. They're like, Ashley, you know that people are probably gonna recognize you. And I'm like, why? I'm like, why would it be? They're like, actually, because you're on a show. And I'm like, yeah, but like, no one. And then sure enough, 5 seconds later, someone recognized me.
You're gonna do my
But they're so nice. Everyone's so, and I love talking to people. So like, if you see me, like, say hey. Yeah.
Well, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Ashley Blaine, and on Snapchat at That's So ABF.